Hey there guys, today we will be looking at Sigma's quadruple dry hopped Medina Sod. So this is their pale wheat ale, quadruple dry hopped with Ekuanot? It was yeah. Equinox hops is what I knew them as, and I guess they changed the name at some point. I didn't really realize. Anyway, Equinox or Ekuanot and El Dorado. Almost said lemon drop hops. I always think of lemon. Anyway, El Dorado. So I haven't had this yet. Jake hasn't had it yet. This is one of the new, I guess, New England style hoppy beers in the city. So heard good things. So let's check it out. I think I left this out overnight in that bag after the share.
Oxidized.
It's oxidized.
Heat, death.
Oh shit. And I'm spilling it everywhere.
Screw in the keyboard. Look at that, it's brown. It's aquadized.
It's aquadized. I have like the worst time pouring crowlers.
Look at that clean pour.
This is
no drips for me.
I spilled the detonate crowler. I spilled this one. Just
told Jose to take Darren's nice crowler, and Darren got a leaky one.
Okay, anyway, let's check this guy out. So, yeah, pours out really hazy. Appearance kind of looks somewhat like Julius. And got a pretty foamy white head. So, looks the style, I guess. Check out the aroma on this guy. It's definitely a lot of wheat and fruitiness for sure.
Yeah.
There's something different about it.
It's not as, like, bursting as I might think it would be.
Yeah, it seems like I'm getting a pretty solid malt character, I guess a wheat malt character to it. It still has a juiciness to it, but it's not what I expect.
It's more piney.
Got pininess. It has more of that, like, fruity pebble kind of fruitiness to it. God, I can't think of two. I get this out of certain... It's kind of a dankness, too.
Yeah. It smells more West Coast, almost, to me.
Almost, yeah. But there is this really big fruitiness to it that I'm getting. It's just not the typical, like, pineapple, mango, guava, you know, what you usually get out of a New England-style IPA, pale wheat ale, but close enough.
It sort of has that it's heavy grapefruit.
Yeah. Very sweet, though, I think, on the nose for me. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway. Yeah, bit interesting, so let's check it out. Cheers. Definitely too cold right off the bat. Yeah, on the taste, it actually does have a bit more of that. I'm getting more grapefruit, like really sweet grapefruit, and
there's some like vegetal, sort of like steamed, like broccoli.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got that off of the last batch of, oh man, what was it called? Ghost in the Machine. It was pretty vegetal. Yeah, it's. I want to know what kind of yeast strain they use for this too, because there's just something different. It's not the typical New England style type of aromatics you're getting off of that.
That's a nice sort of solid bitterness.
Yeah.
Longish finish. It's pretty dry.
It's pretty dry. It's not as sweet as I thought the nose would lead me to believe. Getting that solid wheat kind of character to it, but I don't think it's too malty, honestly. But it is a pretty big grapefruit. I'd say like a juicy type of grapefruit, not like West Coast style to me, where it's just resin and pine. I'm not really getting anything like that. It's a very juicy type of grapefruit to it. I like the mouthfeel though. I feel like it's a bit softer carbonation for the most part, kind of full feeling. It's just interesting. It's different than anything so far in the city for sure, as far as that style goes. It's it is kind of a bit between like West Coast meets New England, but more so than some of the brash beers that I've reviewed.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of like that collab. Well, not really, but the same kind of in between that collab that Sierra Nevada and Treehouse did in the beer camp this year. That was supposed to be East meets West, but it had too much of a sort of West Coast malt backbone to really be like a New England style IPA.
Yeah.
So doesn't taste like that one. It kind of reminds me of the Boneyard.
Oh, okay.
West Coast double IPA, actually, that they made with Sierra Nevada in that pack.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a bit more of a West Coast character on the finish now, too. There's a bit more of an earthiness that lingers, kind of. Getting some solid bitterness on the back end, but still pretty good for being local. And I really haven't had much from Sigma. I don't even know if I feel like I've had something. I'm pretty sure I've had something, but
I haven't had anything.
yeah, wasn't anything that really jumped out at me. I think this is easily the best thing I've had from them. It's still not quite New England style. So I do think that if you're looking for that, there's some better options in the city. Houston Hayes, Whole Foods, things like that.
Yeah.
But still pretty solid, and it's cool to see another brewery trying this kind of stuff out. So I'm going to go a pretty solid 4 out of 5 on this guy.
Yeah, I was thinking 4.
Yeah.
4 also, I think that vegetal bit takes it down from 4.25 for me.
Yeah, same here. It still has a lot of really good things going for it, though. So if you haven't had it, check it out. If they still got it around. Got this crowler from Frank last week, so thank you very much, sir. That's pretty much it for quadruple dry hop Medina Sod. So as always, cheers, and we'll catch you guys.